What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up? Going on? What's on? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Still
Okay,
got that lag.
cool, cool.
Still got that lag in the video though. That seemed like
What is up?
not much. Okay. I see somebody's connected. Pamela. What's her? I thought her name is Stephanie. Okay. Let's start that. We got a special guest on tonight.
Yeah.
What? We got a special guest on coming on tonight.
Yeah, Dr.
The
Stephanie said she'll be coming on in a few here.
Okay. Who's the Pamela? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said, we got a special guest on coming on tonight. That's our friend of my business partner, Kent. I'll talk about a few different things I think about wealth, health, and how that affects you, especially in Black and brown communities and stuff. So stay tuned, people. Okay. What's going on? First day of spring. I don't know how it is around where you guys are at, but here it's cool. Let me see what I do with this. Let me take this out.
Yes, Pamela is a friend of Stephanie's. I was just here to support her.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, well, let me get off. Let me take that off. And let me take that off. Okay. So it's who are you? You're Pamela?
I'm Pamela, yes.
Okay.
Pretty good day.
We're okay. I guess I'm confused. Is Stephanie here or
It doesn't look like it, but I thought she was here.
Yeah, that's why
I'm trying to support her.
Okay, because I thought, that's what I had marketed it out. I didn't know. I'm like, okay. I don't see her on here. Yeah, that's why I was saying. Did you send it to her, the link to her, Kent?
I think Stephanie sent this link to me.
Okay.
So I'm really confused.
Yeah, I know. I'm confused too, because that's who I had marketed out as the special guest that was going to be on here tonight. So I'm confused about all this too. So okay, Pamela. I'm confused. Who how are you? Who are you? And introduce yourself, because I don't know.
How do I know
Stephanie?
Yeah,
she said.
Oh my gosh.
She's running late, but she'll be coming on.
I was
okay.
a school teacher of Stephanie's when she was a child. So actually, I was a friend of her mom and her teacher when she was in about 6th grade. So now I think that she's my teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All these teachers.
Yeah.
My mom,
she said she was running. She's running a few minutes behind. So.
Oh, okay, that's fine. More merrier. My mom was a teacher for 30-something years for the Columbus school system in Ohio.
Yeah, because I don't. Yes.
I'm originally from Ohio. I live in California now.
Oh, where in California?
I live in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, and in the Valley. I used to live in LA.
Okay.
I used to live in West LA.
Okay.
Right across from the old MGM studio, which is now, I think, Sony.
Oh, yeah, like Culver City.
Yeah, right across from Culver City. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter lives in Culver City.
Yeah, I used to work in Santa Monica Savings and Loan, right there on Santa Monica Boulevard near 3rd Street Promenade.
And you went back to Ohio?
Well, that's another story. And I was raised partly in Jersey, New York. you know. So,
Greg, I see what you mean about the delay. I'm gonna.
Oh, we just lost you. Oh, we just lost Kent.
Bye,
Not sure
Ken.
what's going on. Yeah, I lived out there. That's been about 30 years ago, though. I know it's changed. You know, California back then, you know, I was working in the film industry and stuff like that. And it was outpricing itself back then.
It's
Okay.
still.
I
Is
wouldn't
it-
live
is it-
I wouldn't live in LA if they poured LA on me now.
Really, I love it.
I wouldn't live in LA. They couldn't do nothing. LA can't give me nothing. I live in San Diego, but LA can kiss my butt. It's too
Wow.
expensive. You know, it just nah, it couldn't do nothing.
I find it motivating.
Motivating to do what?
You have to make money in order to put gas in your car.
You know what? Just because you got the money don't mean you got to put the money in there to do it.
Yeah, spend it. Spend it and
Well,
save it.
that's fine, but I ain't got to spend that money the way they want you to spend it. Nah, forget about it. There's no way.
Right.
This is why I say I'm too much of an East Coast person.
I see.
That's my thing. I would have taken a bike or something else, but I'd be damn if I'm gonna pay $8 a gallon like I heard somebody sit in Encino. They kiss my butt. I would. I tell them, y'all can go at Bafangu. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm not. There's no way. They gonna price themselves out of the market, just like with their high prices in housing and everything. Just because you got the money don't mean you gotta pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I look at. Everybody think because if you make a lot of money, well, I got the money, I can do that. Okay, fine. But that's just not me. I wouldn't do anything. Let me see. Kent, you back in here? Okay, what happened, man?
Where's Stephanie?
I'm back.
What happened?
Yeah. Where's Dr. Stephanie? Hey.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
She said she was coming, so
Okay. Well, you know,
So where do you gentlemen know Stephanie from?
I don't. This is
I know Stephanie from back. Yeah, I know Stephanie back from college days at OSU.
Okay.
So we I remember we met. I think it might have been in one of the dorm functions that we had, or it could have been in Union Party, but we met back in 89, and of course, you know, as the years went on, everybody went their own ways after college and everything, and we
Right.
reconnected on Facebook, and
Exactly.
I think we reconnected about 4 or 5 years ago.
I see.
So
okay.
that's where we know each other from. Mm-hmm.
OSU. I'm not an OSU graduate, so all you OSU graduates on. Well, I don't know about Pamela, but Kent, yeah. Are you an OSU graduate too?
Actually, I'm not. My first 2 degrees were from Youngstown State.
Oh. Okay.
And then
Okay.
I have a doctorate from Nova Southeastern in Fort Lauderdale. And most recently, I have a master's in African American literature from Texas Southern.
Okay. Sounds great.
So I guess I'm just a student.
To give you some heads up, I've been doing this platform. Actually started on my phone. Okay. In the last, probably in 2020, we brought this platform online, like in this streaming setting, and we were talking more about what was going on with the pandemic and everything. So we started using Zoom, but Zoom I was having some issues with some hacking type stuff, and then Zoom didn't allow you to multiply stream to different platforms. Like I use StreamYard and stuff. They still kind of they're a little bit behind, I think.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Not unless they've done. I mean, I still have Zoom for other things, but I don't use it like that anymore, like I used to. Um, but we've been doing this platform going on 3 years, I guess, right now. Well, they're 2020, about 2 years right now. So
Yeah, yeah, and what Greg and I do, what we do is we are affiliate marketers and network marketers, whatever. We market to people who want to start their own home-based business online,
Nice.
and we yeah we direct them to tools and resources to help them leverage their marketing skills online, and some
Okay.
better skill sets that they'll need to grow and establish a strong online presence on their business with their business.
we also give them a little bit of history on all this kind of stuff and why the market has changed, the need for this, especially our demographics probably are more towards I'm a latter part of the baby boomers. We market towards the baby boomers, Gen X, and we gave them an education on why most people are struggling. Okay, it's not really their fault. A lot of people don't realize that their educational or the educational system that we live in has been heist for the last 100 years or more. Okay, I use the word heist because that's what it's been. Okay, educational system, financial system. In fact, I just got through talking to another friend of mine. Oh, I just don't understand. I wrote a post today. I said, I am so glad I never got a job with the federal government or no government, state, city, none of them. Because what happened to her is just so crazy. And what's happening to her? Well, you know when we worked at Time Warner, and that wasn't even any of them government jobs. You know,
Right.
they get rid of departments. But when you work for some place for 20 something years, they say, bye. We're getting rid of the department because we're going to outsource some
Mm-hmm.
stuff out. See, I'm so glad I didn't get into any of that kind of stuff. I guess one of the things my attitude towards a lot changed when I read this book by Robert Kiyosaki. Now everybody knows cash flow quadrant. Everybody knows what's the other one he had? Unfair advantage is a good one.
Right, and of
But
course,
no,
who
Rich Dad Poor Dad, the first one. Everybody knows
for
all those.
that? Yeah.
Everybody knows all those. But nobody talks about the one thing that they need to understand to either deal with this whole corrupt system is the 8 new rules of money. Okay, people don't talk about that. Okay, they don't talk about the dark side of capitalism. You got to understand the dark side, and sometimes you got to appreciate the dark side because they both, the dark and the light, share the same energy. They share the same master. Trick is not get so enveloped in one or the other. Sometimes you do to even deal with the other one. That's another thing that people missed in the movie Star Wars. That was the whole premise of that movie. Everybody was so in the other stuff of it. The whole movie is about that whole thing about the light and the dark and how they battle all the time, which we're doing now. You know, we're going through that kind of stuff right now, more so than any time, probably in our history. So a lot of people just don't realize um we are in a time where the job is not an asset. I don't care where you work, where you think you work, what they promise you, all that mess, all that hot mess. That's what it is. Okay. Um, we also in a time of great opportunity because of technology. We're about 30 years into the internet, but a lot of people are so seem to be so a bit oblivious to the possibilities, because we have been told so many lies about job security, retirement, and all that mess, and we still hang on to that like a baby holds on to a whoopee and sucks his thumb. That's what's going on, and that's really the re-education that needs to be addressed, especially in the Black and brown community. It's this is really it's a task, and sometimes it needs to be hard. It needs to be hit hard upside the head, whatever, because people just don't know. It's been in our face for so long, and this COVID thing is probably a blessing in disguise in that aspect. Okay. I see another person named Cheryl.
I saw a lot of people, but I don't know where they
Right.
went. I even saw Dr. Stephanie's name come up.
I didn't see her name. I don't know
Yep.
who Cheryl is.
I saw about 4 people.
Wow. Let me see.
Whoa,
Cheryl?
okay.
A person named
Yes,
Cheryl.
I came over with Stephanie.
Where is
Okay. I don't see Stephanie. That's why I was
She's on
Yeah,
her way.
okay.
Okay, Cheryl. I have a cousin named Cheryl that lives in DC.
Stella. Teddy
She's a
Ann.
dentist.
I am in Akron, Ohio.
Oh, another Ohio person.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm here in Columbus, Ohio.
So
Okay,
am
we're
I.
not that far.
Yeah, you're a little bit you're about a couple of hours from me.
Yep,
Northeast.
2.5.
Yeah. I used to go that way to go to New York, pick up Route 80.
Yep.
Yep. Go out that way and then go straight through the Poconos. That way. That's been a long time ago.
We traveled that way when my son was in the military in Washington.
Okay.
So we
Washington,
did a couple
D.C.?
trips going to visit. Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have family in D.C., my cousins. My dad's brother lived there. And he lived in Clinton, Maryland. So
Okay.
he was in that area until he passed in 2017. So but wow, okay. So Cheryl, what do you do?
I am a case manager for the mentally ill adults.
Ooh, okay. Well, with what happening in our society, with what's happening in the society,
I
there's
give
a
you
lot of
all
that
props.
going on.
Yes, I give you
There's a
all
lot of
props
that
on
going
that.
on. Yeah,
He's busy.
Yes.
a lot going on with that in this time period, and I don't know if it's gonna get any. Well, I don't know if it's gonna get any better or worse. We're fighting a lot of different things right now.
Yes, we are.
But we gotta realize we gotta realize a lot of different things and let go of a lot of lies too.
We have to
Go ahead.
we have to unlearn what we've been taught.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We have to unlearn the lies.
Yep.
We got to unlearn the lies. I should
Amen.
have brought Rudy on here tonight. I have a older gentleman, Rudy Smith, retired minister. We had him on here. When we have him on here? In November sometime?
I think it was, yeah, it was either I think it was the last show that we did for 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, probably around the last show we did in 2021. Rudy, in fact, Rudy said this. He just turned 90 last year. And I have a video of him, some things that he said that will probably step on especially a lot of people in the Black and brown community. And it did. It did. But even before he said that I had those feelings about that anyway. You know, it was interesting. I mean, we talk about a lot of different things that most people, especially in business, won't talk about. Um, Too much afraid about what everybody else think and say. No.
Yes. It's it's like if you think outside the box or you think different, then somehow you've become an enemy.
Good.
Versus we're all individuals and we're not supposed to think alike.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We all bring something to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah. See,
Exactly.
I have about 45, 50 years in the martial arts. Okay. One of my biggest influence was Bruce Lee. Okay. And one of the things that most people hated about Bruce Lee is exactly what you just said. He pissed off all the so-called masters because he thought out of the box. But I've always thought out of the box, even as a kid. You know, just confirmed a lot of different things, and more so now than any time. And when you think out of the box like that, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. That's all.
Yeah.
And it makes them have to look at themselves more so than anything else. So,
But you know, a lot of people don't want to do that because when you start doing that, that requires action because that requires change. And a lot of people don't
Yes.
want to put in the work.
well, that's true. But then with that attitude, then a lot of people can't complain. They got no reason to complain.
Exactly.
If you either change, you either adapt or you don't. It's like a willow in a storm. It adapts to the storm. Whether an oak tree will get crumbled, broke up, busted up, a bamboo will adapt to every storm, every situation. Too many of us are like the oak tree. We think we got to be so stern and plan it, but when that storm hits and we can't adjust, that's what happens. And you can't save everybody. You shouldn't try to.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things we get caught up in. Let's just put it out there. We get caught up in a lot of religious things or moral things that we are told to do. And that's what gets us screwed. And sometimes that's
Yep.
what gets us hurt.
And then we have to be okay that some people don't want to be saved and that they're okay with where they're at.
Yeah.
Because I've come to find out I can't want more for a person
Yeah,
than they
yes.
want for
Oh, yes.
themselves.
And then the biggest problem, I'm gonna say this is what mentor Mr. Rudy said. We wait too many of us are waiting for some savior to come save us. Okay. That ain't happening. The only one that's gonna be able to save you is you.
Yep.
If you don't realize this, you ain't gonna never realize that. But that's a comfort zone most people like to stay in because that's what they're told to. But that was systematically done on purpose. Most people don't even know that was systematically done on purpose. Compliance, control, obedience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just that.
Well, Greg, you and I had talked about last week. Last week when we were speaking about what I had saw when I used to watch these religious shows with my grandmother because one, I had no choice. I really had no choice in the matter, but we were talking about because you would hear this phrase repeated all the time: "Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world." So it really belies that you have the power to control your destiny in life. No realm figure is going to help you save you from you.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, when Kent told me about Stephanie, about I guess what she was wanting to talk about, I guess that she's a
Hmm.
chiropractor, um, and
Yes.
something about I guess health and wealth. And
Hmm.
Mhm.
true,
Hmm.
one of the things that I see that's happening, and I see this on social media so much. And I made a comment about this and said we still there's a cultural thing that we still vilify all these women that are dangerously overweight. Okay, and then we got this culture or this thing in our amongst the U.S. about we can't saying that we're body shaming. It's not body shaming if you know you need to. And when you have a high incidence in the black and brown, see, I'm of both ethnicities. Part of my family came from the island of Cuba. Some of them came from Cape Verdes. So got diabetes. Well, it's mostly on my mother's side and stroke. And you got to watch that. You go look all the what was his name? That did Boys in the Hood. I can't think of his name right now. John Singleton.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say John
Oh,
Singleton.
Yeah,
John Singleton.
highly acclaimed director. Stroke took him out.
Mhm.
Okay, without
Hmm.
understanding the proper nutrition that you need, and it ain't hard to get that. We make excuses. Say, "Oh, we can't do this." My grandparents had less than what we have now, and they ate better than what we do now. There was a survey out, or it was a not a survey, but it was an article I saw. They said that even the fast food of that time period, like let's say 50s, 60s, when growing up, was better, was more nutritional than the fast food now. They're saying McDonald's is more nutritional than it is now.
Huh.
During the pandemic,
Hmm.
what they did, what the farmers did, because of these corporate entities that took over a lot of them, they were taking food that they couldn't, the yields. The corporate farmers, what they're doing is they're planting all these yields, but the nutritional value in our soil is so polluted that our food ain't worth a damn. Now, today,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is why you have all these incidents of diabetes, all this other stuff. It's not so much just the fast food; it's just the regular food. You know, we gotta watch. There's these terms of organic and all this stuff. Organic is used so much, and organic can take you out also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's growing just out of the ground, don't mean it's good for you. Also, we got so many these corporate entities polluting our soil. Like I got a friend that lives in Europe. Okay, well, she said it's starting to be like that there, but back in the day, they don't. There are some chemicals and stuff that are outlawed over there that we still use here. That's the problem. Sometimes I think we need to vote about better health than all this other BS.
The only thing there is.
Excuse me?
The health is the only thing there is.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
But,
as
but
I was Stephanie's teacher, so that puts me a little ahead of you guys. So at the stage I'm at now, I mean, I've accumulated wealth. I'm trying to figure out how do I pass that on to the next generations. The only thing important right now is health. I want to be as healthy as I can. I want to live as long as I can in a healthy way. So at
yeah,
this point, it becomes that all that really matters is your health. You've worked all of these years to accumulate the wealth, and we've done that. As Black people, we've become more affluent. We have, nice jobs that our parents haven't had. We know how to invest. We're learning that. But like you said, the health right now is the most important thing. And I talk to my friends, we go out to lunch and we talk, especially as Black women, and we talk about gray hair and Botox and all these things that people talk about, but those things aren't important. What's really important is what's going on the inside of your body that you can't see. And that's the part that you really have to take care of.
My on my dad's side of the family, my dad's mother lived to be 104 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, but the only problem with that was that she was confined into a nursing home, and
don't want that.
Yeah,
right.
that's just because she lived that. See, a lot of people get, oh wow, she lived 104 years,
right.
But the quality of life wasn't really there.
Right.
Okay, I always look at stuff from the numbers of quality to the quantity. Okay,
that's what it's all about.
My grandmother on my mom's side, she lived to be 96. Even though she suffered from epilepsy. I mean, she lived to be 96. And her health didn't take a turn till probably between 85 and 90. So, but she ate a lot. She ate better than a lot of people. I mean, some of the things she ate, was not a lot of the junk that we got out here now. But it's always about quality, people. As I always say, we train people in, like I said, martial arts. I've been in martial arts since I was 13 years old. I'll be 63 in May. So, and it's all about the health thing.
It's about the health.
Without the health, the money ain't gonna matter. You can't do nothing. You ain't healthy to go anywhere.
There it is.
Pass it on. That's the scary part,
Yeah. The thing that I've missed because of this pandemic is going out dancing salsa.
Going where?
Going out and dancing salsa.
Oh, okay.
I grew up with that in New York and Jersey, so and partly in LA. Wasn't such a big thing in LA when I was out there. It was kind of just coming out there, but when I left, it wasn't that big of a deal then.
I do Zumba, maybe 3-4 days a week.
Okay. That's a kind of a combination of Brazilian, Samba.
Exactly. African, Spanish.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah, I had a friend that he's passed away also from he contracted the COVID, lived in Rio de Janeiro.
Wow.
In fact, he was probably one of the first that I knew. And when did he die? In November 2020. So yep. So it's crazy situation. Now is Stephanie gonna be able to come on here? What's going on with her?
Where is she?
Yeah.
This is her show.
Yes, Stephanie.
It's supposed to be, yeah. It's supposed to be.
She was the special guest today.
Yeah, she was the one that we marketed this out to for. So
she's probably trying to get in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't you give her you gave her the link, right?
Yeah. I gave her the link.
I'm not
sure. Because that's how I got in. I followed the link that was in our group chat.
Maybe her trying to come up.
Yeah.
I received also.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing some ringing, so maybe
she just sent me a friend request. So I'm gonna see what's going on.
That's probably what she's trying to get in.
Yeah, but she didn't need she didn't need a friend request.
No, she didn't.
She didn't
exit out.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't stay longer. I was actually on break from work. So when she finally gets in, let her know I was here.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to
Cheryl, did Stephanie have her on the couch session? Is that what happened?
Yes. Yes, she actually ended it and had us all come over. She said
Right.
that she was reserved, she was coming to do this and told us all to come over. So she's coming. It's just the point of her getting in.
Okay, so I missed that because I thought she was here.
No,
No, she wasn't here because I kept seeing all
I
these other faces or other names I didn't even know anything about.
Yeah, she sent us all over here. So
Oh,
when she finally gets in, tell her I was here. And it was nice meeting you all. Do you all have these every
okay.
Sunday? How do you
yeah,
do
this
this?
is an ongoing every Sunday. I've been
Yes.
doing this since 2016. We just
Okay.
changed the time since the time change. By probably in May, it will be changed to about 8:45.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put this down so I can come in.
Okay.
All right. It was nice meeting you all.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
great.
Bye bye.
Nice meeting you. Thank you for coming on.
Kent, she said she tried. Oh, Kent, she said she tried to call you. That's right. You don't have your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to send her the link again. That's the problem.
Can you hear me, Greg? Because I'm getting a lag again.
I hear you. Let me.
So what time is your show?
It starts at 7:45.
4, 5, 6, 7. That's
Can you hear
4:45.
me?
I hear you fine. Yeah, you're 3 hours behind us in LA.
Right. That's why I have trouble going to Stephanie's show because it's like the middle of the afternoon. I mean,
Oh
they're at
yeah, right, right. And this let me. I'm trying to
home
find
in
out what.
time. So it's a bad time for me, the middle of Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, so yeah, that can be a problem. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I lived out there. I know difference in the time zones out in LA.
right. Yeah, so I missed most of her shows because I'm
Where's
just living life.
Caroline? Hey, Kent, do you have the? She needs that link again. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. Hold on. Um.
How funny. And she sent it to everyone else.
Yeah, how did she misplace the? Let me go here.
Hold on.
I'm sitting there. I just sent her the link again. I don't know how she missed the link. I don't know.
She didn't miss it because she sent it to me.
Well, she for some reason she didn't
Yeah.
have it now,
Huh.
and I just sent her a link again. See if that let her in.
Okay.
I don't know. But so you said, yeah, how long have you been living in California, Pamela?
Oh my God, 40 years.
Oh, sheesh. So you was out there probably 10 years before I got out there.
Yeah, I've been here a while.
What
I
what
left
what,
I
what
left
made
my
you go?
martial arts husband in Ohio and came out here.
Oh,
When you talk about that, brought back the memories.
yeah, I kind of left a girlfriend here to come out there too. You know, so but
Yeah,
it got too crazy out there because that was during the time the recession. It was between 88 and 92. And
yeah, I
then
made
all that craziness with the uh, riots and stuff. I left a month before them riots hit.
I lived through it all. It's been interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think
They,
it got me back to Ohio. I can't imagine what it would have been. Maybe an
well,
earthquake.
it wasn't that I wanted to come back here. I came back here to help my mom with some things, and then you know how that goes.
Exactly. That was the hardest part of my life. I mean, when I left there, you don't think about your parents aging. They're just your parents, you know.
Yeah.
But when they were really elderly, I mean, I spent so much time in the plane flying back and forth, but I couldn't just leave because my life was here by
Right.
then. And my
Yeah.
children and my grandchildren and my parents were sick, and it was like, this is crazy. But
Yeah.
we made it. You know, my brothers were there, but I was the only daughter. And so that was a hard time for me, but life goes on.
Well, see, I was raised the only child, so I was the only one.
Right.
So, I grew
Yeah,
up
what
with
are you
like
gonna do?
cousins and stuff, but they were all like on the East Coast or in Florida. So, we gonna do? Okay, we lost Ken again.
It's us.
Yeah, what's up with this technology? Well, that's another thing. We got
Oh,
an
I,
infrastructure that sucks when it comes to this. He just got kicked off. We've been having a lot of issues with streaming on his side for some reason. He doesn't live that far from me. I don't know what's been going on. I'm not. I sent Stephanie the link. I don't know what's going on. Why she hasn't been able to come on?
like I said, I thought that she was doing her sofa show, on this venue.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I didn't know. I knew she had another show, but it didn't. I didn't know what it was because I don't. Like I said, this was a friend of Kent's, and I was gonna let him do the interview and talk. I was just gonna sit back and watch.
Well, look, I was gonna sit back and listen. So
yeah, I guess that's not happening right now. So California. The one thing I do miss about that is the sunsets out there.
I like it all.
And the weather, but it wasn't worth all that, I don't know.
It's been good to me. I mean, different things happen for different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, I mean, if I stayed in Warren, Ohio, I don't know. Besides, I can't imagine. But, by being out here, I probably never would have had a doctorate degree in Ohio. I've traveled the world. I mean,
hold on for a minute. Hold on. Hello? 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 Yep. Yeah, I know what's going on. That's the. Okay. Yeah, let me look at that. I hadn't looked at that. Let me see something.
There she is.
Well, what I'm doing is posting your comments onto the screen chat. So if you see that, like I said, hey, you can say about putting you in. That's the only way I can do it. The link is the only way to let you into the studio part. And I don't know why you're not able to go in because one of your colleagues just left. Yeah. Yeah, Pamela is still on.
I'm still here. We're just chatting.
Stephanie said she's not been able to get onto the using any of the links with the devices of her. Well, I've been StreamYard should be easy. It's just a link that I send. It changes every week because of the show topic or whatever. But everybody else got on except for you. I'm not sure why that's the problem.
Yeah, right. If I could get on.
I don't know why that's not letting you, because it. What kind of browser are you using? It could be it. Well, no, I'm using Chrome.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I've used the phone. Okay, so I use Chrome for my browser. I'm on a Mac right now. Sometimes I do this on my what kind of computer are you using? Oh, what devices are you using? Okay, well, and I'm talking to you on my iPhone.
And I'm on my iPhone.
And Pamela is on her iPhone in her studio on the show. I don't know what the. Let me see something here. Let me go on Facebook and see what's going on. Because sometimes on Facebook, like with Instagram, like if there's someone that's on, you can patch them in. Are you on? You're on our. You're on the Sunset Sunday platform, right? Yes. So go to my. I don't know if you go to my profile. I saw it. You asked a friend request. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why that's not. Okay, close that. Why that's doing it? That's a video chat. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure. Now I'm on my.
Hey, can you see me?
Yeah, I see you now. I'm using the phone through my Mac, but through Messenger. But I'm not sure why it's not. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me do one thing here. See if this will do.
And my camera. Yeah, but no Stephanie.
Let me share the Chrome Messenger call. Bing. Okay.
There she is.
Right. What I did is used my screen share to get her on there like that. So let me see how that works. She's on there through my screen share. Okay. That's the only way I can do this. Let me get off. Let me see what I did here. Let me get off of here. I need to get off of this. Leave that. Okay, go back here. Oh, did it take her off? Damn.
She's gone.
I didn't think it would take her off.
What happened?
Okay. They're trying to.
Wow.
I cut off a messenger, but I guess because I was on Messenger, it. Okay. That was a wrong move on my part. Let's do this again. Okay, that was my fault. I can't do that. So what I'll do is do this again to get her back on. Screen share. Okay. That's the only way I could do this. Okay, she's on. Screen share. That's the only way I can seem to do that today.
Okay.
It is okay. Pamela, hey.
Hi, Dr. Stephanie.
Oh, let me see if I can get
I came here
back
to
in here. Okay. Off that. Okay. All right. Hey. You got to do what you got to do. So,
Hey,
Miss
I'm
Stephanie,
back
how are you
now.
doing? We got you finally on here.
Yeah, 1,000 pardons, you guys. I totally apologize. It's like one device. I have 3 devices, and all of them are filled with storage, and I can't figure it out. So I'm just glad to see you guys. I'm glad to be here. And while you guys were talking, I'm like trying to tap my screen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And they're
No,
like,
no, I didn't even. I should have looked at the comments, but I
yeah.
didn't. Kent lost his phone. That's why you weren't able to get a hold of him. He got
Oh,
it. He said he got it stolen the other day.
oh my gosh.
So that's why when you was calling him, he wasn't answering. He ain't got a phone.
Oh,
So that's what's going on with him. So you're a chiropractor.
I am.
Shoot,
I,
I need to get you. Well, my mom has some. Well, my mother has an issue with her back, and it's really she probably should have had surgery, but she was very skittish about it. My mother's 87 years old now, so she probably should have had surgery about 6, 7 years ago. She's got neuropathy problems. I'm not
okay.
sure if that stems from her having chemo about almost 10 years ago, or is it a
Okay.
combination of the two?
Right.
You know?
And then, yeah, it sounds like it could be a combination plus her age
Yeah.
and, you know,
I should get my phone on.
I heard someone.
You heard Kent. Kent, you
Oh,
freezing up.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend surgery given the fact of whatever pre-existing condition she has. But you guys are located in Columbus, or where are you located?
Yeah, Columbus. I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, yeah. So I used to live in Columbus, and I know a great African American doctor there. She's a chiropractor that I recommend.
Okay.
Um, that are in that area too, and I can get you that information offline.
Okay, yeah, you can send it to me messenger or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's cool. Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, because I had
Okay.
when I market this out, I had as you as the main
I
guest on
know.
here. So when all these other people are popping up, I'm like, who are these? I mean, I don't mind because this is the most we've ever had like all at once like this anyway, and that's cool. You know, and like I was telling Stephanie and Cheryl, I've been doing this platform since 2016, but I started it on my phone. That's how I started, and it was just a talk I did on Sunday. I call it Sunset Sunday because I did it quarter to the sunset. You know,
Right.
I use that as a thing to chat with people during the, people were finishing up the weekend and getting ready for the week. And I always use a quote from Les Brown that I usually do at the end of this about people, they say he always says that the heart attack rate goes up about 35, 40%. And I said, well, probably 85% now with the COVID because everybody's
Right.
stressed out, they losing jobs, it just everything. And I told him that, he always said that they'll have your job in the paper before they'll have your obituary.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
it's like I said, we are living in some crazy situation now. We've been living in some crazy situation for a while, but COVID has brought out. Well, put it this way. This is my thing. Last administration brought out a lot of dark entities in our sphere. That's just my thing. Okay. Then on top of that, having this virus come about didn't help anything with it either. Okay.
Right.
Um, personally, I do not believe that it was a natural event. I just don't. They have not proven that. In fact, they can disprove it more than they proved it. There's a lot of things. We're on some. I don't want to say faith trying time. I just think we're in some trying time.
Right. Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So, we was talking about people in their health and wealth, and with Pamela, we're talking about your health is very important in all aspects. Like I said, I've been in martial arts since I was 13. You know, one of my biggest influences was Bruce Lee. Okay, and a lot of things you hear me say and quote are from some of his influences. Might be in my own words, not exactly what he comes off and says, but I'll reword it where it comes from my personality. So it's like anything when you do marketing, we teach on here. I don't know if you're familiar with the term attraction marketing.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Let me give you a little bit of history about something. I got involved with network marketing. First time I got involved with network marketing was back in the 80s, 20s, not, I understood it, but being young, didn't stick with it. Got reintroduced to it back in the mid 90s, ran with it. And then through the transition with the internet and social media, I've gotten involved with some different things. Marketing has changed a lot from the early 2000s. There was a term out there called direct response marketing. Are you familiar with that?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, it's really no different than we call it attraction marketing. Attraction marketing, in the simplest term, is bringing value to the marketplace. Okay, bringing value, whatever that may be. First of all, what we try to teach people is that in the old days of network marketing, direct sales, or what do you want to call it, their whole premise was to talk to anybody about products and services who had a pulse. But everybody don't need your stuff. Okay?
Right.
There's me and Kent belong to an educational platform called My Lead System Pro. And their whole premise was to educate home-based business network marketers or whatever to understand how to use the social media and the internet in a value-based way to build an audience, to engage with that audience, and to sell with that audience. Those are one of the things we stress to people who are interested in those type of things. No matter if you're online, offline, you got to have a market, you have to have an audience, and you have to learn the market. I even wrote a book back in 2016 called The 5 Keys of Success in Today's Market. And I try to stress that there's a difference between prospecting and marketing. Prospecting and marketing are two different things. And a lot of people, they try to run those things together, but they're not the same. So what we try to teach people and give people information, tools, and services on how to leverage the internet, how to market. We got tools, we got courses, we got all these type of things to give people information towards. Okay. And that's what we've been doing since that time. We also give people history, like I said earlier before you came on here. People always heard about Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad cash flow quadrant. But most people in this business or any other business do not talk about the one book that changed my mind about everything that we ever learned in school and everything, called The 8 New Rules of Money. Okay. Have you heard of that book by him? Called The Conspiracy of the Rich.
No.
I know most people have it. Go look it up on Google or go look it up on Amazon. You need to read that book.
Most people have it.
Everybody that's black or brown needs to read that book. Once you read that book, you'll understand why we're in the predicament we are in today.
What's the name of it?
It's called The Conspiracy of the Rich. The 8 New Rules of Money.
By Robert Kiyosaki?
A lot of people don't talk about that. Here's another one called Unfair Advantage, too.
Is that by Robert Kiyosaki?
That's by him also. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But that changed my whole perspective of everything. Government, voting, religion, because I connect all these dots together and what was purposely done, and why most people that are affected, even during the pandemic, were Black and brown people, because of the thought process of what they were taught that they had to do to survive or to live. I mean, it was that book that led me to other things, to realize, oh, this is really, this is bullshit. Our education, what we're taught in religion, everything in our educational system has taught us was a lie. A whole freaking lie. That's my perspective. I'm not saying that you have to believe that, but that's why I give you that book to look at, read, because there's a saying in that book. I don't know if you're familiar with the Rothschild.
Yes, I've heard. I know them. The very wealthy family.
A very wealthy criminal family. Put it that way.
Ooh.
Cartel crime lords.
Ooh,
The Rothschild family whole premise was to put countries in hot to control their wealth. He said, there's a saying, I care not what you do with money as long, I care not what laws you make as long as I can control the money. They'll talk in that book, they'll talk about the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, all those entities that you have in the United States, England, Canada, Germany, Italy. And you wonder why all this stuff is jacked up today? Read that book. That's all I'm gonna say.
wow.
See, then you'll start looking at other things from a different perspective. Okay.
Okay.
Once you have a foundation, and see, a lot of us don't have a foundation because of the educational system that we are brought up in has made us compliant to what they want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's even we talked about. I mentioned earlier before you came on about a friend of mine who just lost a job. She's been there 20 years. And I said, I am glad I never got accepted in the federal government, state government, or local government. I'm glad. That's my blessing. Okay. And I just had this discussion with my mom, how, everybody's saying, well, those government jobs were the blessing of Black folks. Were they? Were they? Really? You think so? I don't. I go back to history about some things that I experienced even back in the 80s. And I connected to now. I said, let's put it this way. Anytime you have an entity or industry that's oversaturated for certain groups of people, they change the game on you. Watch industries. Watch every industry that comes about. I don't care what it is. Saturation will change the game on you. And people say if things don't get saturated, everything gets saturated. Even us on these platforms get saturated.
Everything gets saturated.
Yeah, everything. People are scared to say that because they're too scared people ain't gonna like them. I didn't get on here to get people to like me. My whole thing about, give me a thing. Attraction marketing to me is about knowing thyself. Once you know thyself, you don't give a damn about who else likes you or don't. You attract the people that are like you. That's what attraction marketing is about. It's not about having everybody on here. You hear people, well, I got 500,000 followers. Who gives a shit? What are 500,000 followers were going to do what? What are they, stalkers? Who cares? Why? Who cares?
Right.
But that's the society we live in, because quantity is more important than quality. That's why we have our society that's dumbed down a lot of things, because we don't value quality. in nothing. Our education, our food, how anything works is all about how much instead of how it helps. When you start
Wow.
understanding all that, all the other bullshit can go. So, that those are the kind of things me and Kit address all the time on this show.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting show, to be honest with you. I went on. Let's see. It might have been like maybe last week. I said, well, let me see what this Sunset Sunday is about. And I mean, you guys are dropping jewels like no other. You guys are dropping jewels.
Yeah, I saw that you were on there last week.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I mean, well, I saw that you were on there after the show was over.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat nothing, and sometimes I will say stuff to hit people over the head because the only way people gonna hear it is you got to verbally hit them over the head.
Right.
People don't hear you, man. If you walk around mealy mouth all the time, you don't hear you. My mother says I have my great uncle.
It's a to the
You have your great
madness.
uncle's temperament.
Yeah. There's a story behind that also.
Excuse me 1 second. I have a
Oh,
little.
you never told me the
dog
story.
Yes, I have. I've never told you the story about my great uncle. I've never told you that story. I was 5 years old.
I don't recall, Greg. I really don't.
I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay. Okay, where you went to at his grave.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Strike that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I went to the grave and I don't know. And my mother had to pull me back from it. It was like she said I was pulled to it. And what really made
you
me
just stood there.
That, yeah. What made me remember that was at my grandfather's funeral back in the 80s. We went to the same cemetery that day he was buried at. I don't know why I knew that. I think my grandmother on my mother's side was a curandero. For those who don't know, curandero, a shaman, or santera, they're like some people might call them medicine men, medicine women. So my grandmother, there's a story between my grandmother and my mom went on a trip with her. So oh, what we do, lose?
Right. We might have lost her for a second. But I think she's coming. Oh yeah, the connection's lost.
I gotta go back here and answer. Okay, let me go back out here. Share. Does that come back on? That we losing everybody. Let me go back.
Yeah, it seems like there's a bad connection.
Yeah, it's been. It could be my. Let me go back here. Call. Okay. Share. Okay. We lost Pamela also. Okay.
Yeah.
You were saying about your grandfather, and then it just went out.
Okay.
When I was I was talking about my great uncle, and when I was 5 years old, I was pulled to his grave at the funeral. This is what my mother told me, and I kind of remember it for some reason. But then when my grandfather died, probably 30 years after that, I asked my mother, had I been here before? Asked about if my uncle was buried here, and she said, yeah. And that story went on, and she said, yeah, because you were going to his grave. I had to pull you away from there. So,
oh my,
yeah, I just think, I think on my mom's side, there's a lot of, I mentioned the curandero or the santeros. I don't know if you're familiar with those are. That's something that's in the Caribbean. They're like someone called medicine men or women, or their spirit. A santeria is only a spiritualist. So put it to make it easier, the thought process on that. But yeah, that was something that happened too. So so are you in your car?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I have been on the road all day. My kids are at Atlanta Local, and I'm driving to pick them up. My daughter just texted. I'm like, "Do you not know?" And I mean, it's been on and popping since 9 o'clock this morning. So,
Oh, well, that could be the reason why you're popping off, because you're on a wireless, and connection sometimes are not that good. You know.
yeah, because I was just at home and I thought I had more time, and then my daughter
Right.
texted. She's like, "Mom, you got to come into Atlanta to get me." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I have a cousin that lives in Newsom, Georgia.
Uh,
He's, he's a meteorologist for the national weather down there.
Oh, okay. Is that near the Atlanta area?
Yeah, that's like outside of Atlanta. Now I don't know.
Oh,
It's called Newsom or something like that.
okay.
Yeah, he's
What?
been down there since. Well, after he got out of college, he got sent up to Alaska. Him and his wife went up there. He did a stint up there about a year, maybe 16 months. Then he got the job with the National Weather Service down in Atlanta area.
Okay.
So,
Is he on a radio? Not a radio station. Well, is he on television or?
no, he's not on TV.
Oh,
It's a government national one. You know how you
oh,
get those teletype things on storms coming your way?
oh, yes.
Well,
Those are.
that's what he does.
Oh, great.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Tell him I appreciate his service. I
Yeah.
appreciate his
hmm.
service.
His dad is the one that lived in his dad and my dad were brothers.
Okay.
And they're both deceased now, but he lived in he lived in DC. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
Okay.
he's from DC area. Yeah, I remember when he's real young. Now he's 6'6". I don't know how much he weighs, but he weighs more than me. So, but yeah, so how long have you been in practice as a chiropractor?
So actually, I graduated when I was 50 from
Oh,
chiropractic school. It
oh,
took me 7 years. I was a teacher and like an adjunct professor, and I was in high school. And I decided that I didn't want to teach high school anymore. That I wanted to try something new.
uh-huh.
And my daughter was graduating high school, and she was like, "Mom, I think I want to do chiropractic." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I will quit." And I literally quit teaching. It was at the end of the year, at the end of the school year, but I actually quit teaching, and I just decided to start school and become a chiropractor.
Wow.
Because I had the best experiences
Yeah, I
with
remember.
chiropractic. So I decided, hey, you know what?
I remember your first post on that too.
Huh.
My thought process at the time was, I could continue teaching, or I could just try something new, and I decided to try something new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just graduated from chiropractic college 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, but I've always been a health advocate. Always been, very aware of the importance of health and
right,
how
right.
your health is your wealth.
Yep. Because you can't create wealth, the monetary side of wealth, if you don't have your health anyway. So
Absolutely.
what's the use? There's a lot of people that they may be wealthy or rich or whatever you want to call it, but their health is in the toilet. So I mean, it's
Hmm.
just I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. You gotta have some kind of wealth, and I always say you gotta have some kind of wealth to have your health
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Absolutely, it's a circle.
yeah,
It's like a
Oh yeah.
actually, you know, on our show earlier, we were talking about how like some people do not go to the doctor because they can't afford to go to the doctor, but they need to go to the doctor so that they can have better health. If they don't have better health, then they can't, have an occupation or a job to pay for the medical. So it's like a vicious cycle. But what I always recommend is the best way is to care for yourself. So uh, self care is the best health care, in my opinion.
yeah, you gotta get or preventative care because if there
Yes.
is something wrong
There it is.
and they catch it in time, so it's all
Absolutely.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
us as in the black and brown communities got to keep abreast on that, especially the a high incidence of prostate cancer, all that kind of mess. And I
Oh
was
yeah.
talking about earlier how a lot of stuff I see online is being verified to they keep glorifying all these people that are so unhealthy, overweight, and they get people saying that well you can't say nothing because you body shaming. Well, it's better to be body shaming them than have to spend money to be burying them.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and then the bad part about that is if I'm gonna be raw about this, and this was happening few not few years ago. Funeral homes charge you extra when they gotta do special caskets,
Yeah, I believe it.
and they
I
got
believe
and
it.
Yes.
then they have
Yes, they
to
do.
and they have to bury you in a carry your casket in something other than a hearse.
Wow.
So I had family that ran funeral homes back in on my dad's side down in somewhere in Virginia. So I almost got my dad in that business. My dad, my uncle. And I said, he couldn't got me in it.
Right,
No,
right.
no, no. I don't need to see that. So, but
Right.
it's this things that we need to address and quit trying to sugarcoat and play like it don't happen because there's so much of a high incidence of diabetes,
Hmm.
cancers, all kinds of stuff that we don't address because we live in a society too that doesn't help with our food, and they purposely, I think, pollute our food. Put it this way, I think they're in a process of depopulation. That's just my opinion, and I think there's a start of depopulation with what went on with this virus thing. We can talk all the conspiracy things. I'm not saying this to be conspiracists or anything like that, but some things just ain't adding up to make a lot of sense. Um, Now I do believe that there's vaccines that help prevent things. A lot of people in the community didn't trust the vaccines because they thought it happened too fast, but a lot of people don't understand. They've been working on vaccines since 2002. Okay,
Yep.
ain't just like they came out with it like yesterday. Plus, with new technologies, they were able to see the genetic makeup of this virus to create what's going on. They still don't know. They say they still don't know why some people are more susceptible than others. That could be a genetic thing. Who knows? You know.
Well, to just kind of chime in there, you said a key word when you said sugar coat. The first part of that word sugar coat is sugar, and sugar is definitely an addictive substance, and it also is a very dangerous substance. So,
Well, let me ask
anytime
you something. What do you mean by sugar? Because I hear the
sugar,
term sugar a lot, but what I also hear is artificial stuff. Now, sugar in itself, like I said, my family raised in the Caribbean, they had sugar plants. Didn't have that. I think the problem in the U.S. is the white sugar has been processed, and I think we need to detail from the standpoint of saying the processed white sugar that we have is the culprit, not just saying sugar in general, because
Well, you're right. You're right. It should be more specific, but it's definitely white sugar, and then also the sugar substitutes
right
as
that
well.
yeah
Those things that are artificial. 85% of the population is pre-diabetic, and so that means that 8 out of 10 people walking around have conditions that those are like pre-existing conditions,
Hmm.
and we don't know it, we don't realize it, because again, so much of the foods that we eat have added sugar, so it has the added white sugar. Like for example, once a day I drink a soda, and it's not even a whole soda. Well, I know we call them pop back at home, but
no, I call it soda. I was raised
okay,
on the East Coast. I'll never say
okay,
pop.
okay, okay, okay. But if you take a look at the
I'll say
sodas
pop for you.
that are out now, they're like 100. They have 120%. Especially those liters, the little small liter bottles, or the 16 ounce or 20 ounce bottles. They have like 20%, 120% sugar. That's a lot of sugar. That's over 100%, right? I mean, duh. So, and that's just
Hmm.
recently. Like every year, they add more and add more sugar. So it may have like, I think it was like 40, 50, 60 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. And we don't, drink water as much as we should to flush out the toxins, to flush out those things. So if you drink a bottle of soda and you're eating something else sweet, like a cake or candy or whatever, and then the foods that you eat are high in carbs, which turn into sugar if you don't move the body. So, I mean, I could go into a whole long
Yeah.
lecture, but I'll just mention those two words. The first word is sugar, white processed sugar, and then also movement. We have to move our bodies. We have to put our bodies in motion. So, for example, I have a friend that I was consulting with over the weekend, and he was saying about, I got something going on, but I really don't know what it is. And I'm like, when is the last time you went to when is the last time you took a walk? You don't have to go to the gym per se, but when was the last time you moved your body? If you don't move your body, you tend to sort of lose the activity, not necessarily of your limbs, but you lose the mobility, the prime activity of your body if you're not moving it.
Yeah.
So movement is important, and it doesn't cost anything to move. You can walk up some stairs or walk down the street or walk around the corner, just something to get your heart pumping, to get your muscles moving. That's what's key. That's what's important. And there
And
was research. I know that I'm yapping away, but there was research done that says that say like you were given, you were told to walk from one end of the mall to the next. And if it took you, you know, 10 minutes to walk from one end of a mall to the next, you are putting your body at risk. So the slower you walk, the quicker you are to lead into diseases and lead into I don't want to. What's the word I want to say? Well, in other words, we need to move our body, and we need to move our body fast. So the faster you walk, the better the chances are that you have a more healthy
Okay.
life.
yeah, and see what I missed because of this pandemic. Dancing salsa. I used to go out dance salsa like at least 3 times a week places. And when this pandemic happened, it shut down a whole lot of stuff. They just trying now to open back up a lot of things, and it's been like crazy with that. And I
Well, I
went
mean,
the last
I
time I
heard you
was out
mention
was
that
last
you.
summer.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I heard you mention salsa when Pam was on the
Yeah.
when Dr. Pam was on the call, and yeah, but just to kind of add to what you were saying earlier, we have to take our health and our being into our own hands. And so, on the one hand, we can't say, that the government is trying to get us and blah 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 if we're not trying to take care of ourselves. And what
Right?
I mean by that is, creating ways like when the pandemic first started,
All
I
right.
would go to the Dollar Tree every day because that was probably the only store that was open. And I would go to the Dollar Tree every day just to kind of get out. And right next to the Dollar Tree was a LA Fitness. And I'm telling you, those people were so committed. LA Fitness was shut down, like everything was shut down. These people were meeting outside. You talk about dedication. They were meeting outside of LA Fitness to exercise, to get together as a group. Of course, they were socially distanced properly, but these people were committed. So, I mean, whatever it takes by any means necessary, if we take our health into our own hands, then we don't have to say complain or fuss or argue or get upset when say the government is or not the government, but just any entity that's outside of us.
Yeah.
We can't we can't blame anybody else. I mean, of course there are reasons to blame people, but if you can do it yourself, then you're in a better situation. And those are just my thoughts. I mean, it's nothing, you don't have to quote me on it, but those are just my thoughts.
Well, I understand. It's just you gotta, as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't. You
Exactly.
got to. So, um, and like I said, the last time I went out
Mm-hmm.
dancing, well, they have in Columbus, Ohio, they have a festival Latino, and that was probably the last time I went out dancing. And that was
Oh, okay.
last September in
Okay.
2021. So, and we
It's
used
been a
to,
while.
yeah, and we used to do this a lot. So, um, it's just been a crazy situation in the last 2 years. I mean, sometimes I just put on the music and just, do, you know,
Yeah. Move your body.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been I don't know. Something is just crazy. So, but probably you shouldn't be driving trying to talk with us like this. You in Atlanta.
I know, right? So, I
Yeah,
would love to
we don't want
conversation.
because we know that traffic drama down in the A, boy.
What'd you say, Kent?
He said something about the traffic down in Atlanta. I've never
Oh my
driven in
Like
Atlanta,
I
so I
said,
don't
we know
know.
that traffic drama down in the A.
Oh my goodness, this traffic is bananas. And so I'm at a stop right now, and then there's there are people out that are like asking for money and all of this other stuff. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds like Los Angeles.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Mm.
Like I told Pamela, I used to live in Los Angeles, so I know about the panhandlers and everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
You got a lot of that here now.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. When I came back from Los Angeles, before I went to LA, I didn't see none of that here.
Oh
When
yeah.
I came back, I'm like, wow, did everybody from LA panhandlers follow me back here? I mean, I saw it when I was in New York and Jersey sometimes,
Hmm.
but came here, it's like, whoa, this is
Oh,
it's all over the place. And
yeah,
that's why I was telling you about that book to read, because it's it's a crazy book. Um
well now have you seen this book super have you read this book Freakonomics?
what was the name of it?
Freakonomics.
I Freakonomics.
Freakonomics? No.
I've
Now
heard of it. I haven't read
I
it.
haven't heard that. I have the one by um Powernomics. You've heard of that one?
I have. I heard of Powernomics. So
Black
here's the
labor, white wealth.
I might have that book. I might have that book.
Yeah, that's a interesting book also.
Well, I have so I go to I shop very thrifty and I shop at the thrift store. So a lot of times I get duplicate copies of books. If
Okay.
you will inbox me your address to add to your library, I will drop you that because I have an extra copy of it. So I'll drop you a copy of the Freakonomics book. I'm telling you, that book is, I mean, it's incredible. It really is. It's incredible.
Okay.
Hmm.
Trying to think where's my. Maybe it's in my other room. It's by Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson.
Okay. Oops, I don't have that.
Yeah, get Powernomics.
Anderson.
Powernomics talks about why black people are struggling. Well, black labor, white wealth also. Black labor, white wealth gives you a foundation of the struggle, why some are struggling in this country. Powernomics gives you the economic solutions for it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it must be in my other room. Can't find it in here. So.
Yeah, well, you know what? I am going to it has been great talking to you all, and I've actually made it close to my destination.
Okay.
I know my kids are going to be talking crazy.
Okay.
I'm so excited about this Atlanta Hawks game to try to tell me all about it. Would it be possible for us to connect again? And hopefully we'll be able to do it a more direct way. And I so apologize for, I don't know what was going on. I think it was my phone, and it was mostly me. I'm not very good with technology. That's one of my many faults.
Well, I'm not saying I'm tech
We're all
savvy.
learning this. We're all learning this.
I mean, I just kind of, I'm always learning different things. Right there, I didn't know how I was gonna get you on there. I just kind of said, well, wait a minute, let me see if I can screen share this onto here. And I said, once you learn something, it's like connecting a puzzle. You start connecting everything together,
Yeah.
and then it's easy. It's like anything you got a foundation with, you can build from. I don't care what it is, So, I mean, yeah, let us know when you wanna be on again. We actually, if you we can do a part two of this if that's the case.
Hey, listen, that would be
great.
That would be great.
We'll make some time.
And if we can connect sometime this week so we can figure out the logistics so that the flow will go a little smoother.
Yeah, I can. We can.
Yeah, and I should have my phone this week too. That'll be better too.
What do you want to do? You want to connect with us on the show next week or what? How you want to do this? What's your schedule?
So next week we're gonna do another sofa chat, and it's gonna be about economics and finances. It would be great if you could come. Well, actually, I know you're probably preparing for your show at 7:45. But what we'll do is I'll reach out to you this week, like through social media, on was it Facebook Messenger?
Yeah,
and then that way I'll be able to kind of let you know how we can merge.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because then I could bring my people to you, and you all could come to us.
What streaming platform you using?
Now you asked a question I do not know. What do you mean, like Zoom or?
Zoom. I'm using StreamYard right now.
Yeah, Zoom, StreamYard.
We do the Zoom.
I use StreamYard because Zoom has a tendency to get hacked.
Okay.
I can send you a.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's different versions of StreamYard you can use. StreamYard lets you stream on multiple platforms where Zoom doesn't.
Okay. Well, you can tell. Maybe we'll connect. You and I, myself, and Kent can connect, and then I could do you can show me. You could guide me through the StreamYard.
Well, yeah, I can. I can send you a link that you could try it out if you want to for free, I guess.
Okay.
And that way you can try it out on there. And then I'm using a a pro version. I pay like $49 a month for.
Okay.
So it allows you to do different things. Actually, I can rerun shows, previous shows that I've done. I did that over the Christmas holiday because we took a break over that time.
Okay.
But I just reran shows from that, some shows from that year. So it allows you to do stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Well, I'll connect with you guys next week. I thank you so much, and well, not next week, but in the next couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, because we're
Thank you,
already
guys.
in the next week.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Stephanie,
you
we
take care.
appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you soldiering through.
Thanks, Kent.
All right. We'll let you connect with your daughter now. Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie, for
Oh,
coming to the show.
Thank you. See you guys next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Okay, guys, that was Dr. Stephanie Jackson after much soldiering on her part, getting her on, and Greg holding it down while I was getting knocked off left and right, but we got through it.
Yeah. All the technology and crazy mess, hot mess happening on the first day of spring. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I didn't know we was going to have all those people on there either. But that's fine. That's cool, more the merrier.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's what we like. That's what we like.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. People would like that kind of engagement. If you like to be a guest on our show, whatever, just let us know. DM us or whatever. If you've got some thoughts or things you want to say, just let us know. So it's been we've been on here almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, man. Yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Do it here. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that was a video chat that ended. Is she messaging me? Okay, I don't know. All right, well, we're gonna end this, like I said.
Yeah.
Been on 2 hours. Like I said, I end this with I said this earlier, people gotta go to work tomorrow. Meet that mule, stressed out. Don't let it stress you out. Because you don't want to drop dead at your desk or at your office, because they'll have your job in the paper before your obituary. With that being said, hope you enjoyed what you heard tonight on Sunset Sundays. That's what this is about. My name is Greg Smith. This is business partner friend Ken Robinson. We're here every Sunday. We're gonna be people. You gotta understand, we're entering the second quarter of 2022 in about a week, folks. Second quarter. We're getting through the first quarter of 2022. What's your goals? What's your business? What you want to do for 2022? It's never too late, people. That being said, let me see here. My name is Greg Smith. Like I said, Kit Robertson. We'll see you next week. People, peace.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Take safe, everybody.